Hey, I got a new way of looking at the 736 progression that's going to level up your playing as a gospel musician. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy KV Banks with Kingdom Keys Nation. So if you're new to the channel and you're ready to start growing as a gospel musician, then let's go ahead and get started by hitting the subscribe button, and don't forget the bell notification so you do not miss out on any future videos. The 736 progression, along with the 251 progression, I believe is one of the most important progressions you need to have in your vocabulary as a gospel musician. This progression provides a plethora of beautiful passing chords that allows you to get to any minor chord in any key in any song at any time. This is gonna be a good one, so let's go ahead and get started. So let's look at what the 736 progression would look like. So if we're in the key of C, and I like going to C just for the simplicity of it. So diatonically, the 7 would be B, all right? B, the 3 would be E, and then the 6 would be an A, which we know on the 6 we'll play an A minor chord. But diatonically, the 7 would be a diminished chord. The 3 would be a minor chord, and the 6 would be the A minor chord. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a few changes to it, okay? So instead of playing that, what we're gonna do is on this 7, instead of playing this diminished chord, I wanna make it a minor 7 flat 5, which all I'm gonna do is take this B down a whole step to this A. And now I have a B minor 7 flat 5, okay? Now, on the 3, instead of playing this minor chord, this E minor chord, I want to play a dominant chord. Now, we talked about this in the 251 progression video, right up here at the top. The 251 progression where we talked about where we want to use a dominant chord, that it creates a stronger setup to get us to our resting chord, or the chord that we're going to resolve with, okay? Think about the dominant chord as like an alley-oop, all right? It's lobbing. Lobbing. It's throwing the ball up, bruh. Okay? All right, I went to public school, all right? So, whatever, don't judge me. All right, y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's throwing the ball up there so we can go ahead and slam dunk it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I wanna play a dominant chord. Now, we learned there's a lot of different dominant chords that we can use. We could do something like this. That's a dominant chord, right? So I did a E7 to my A minor chord. And as you see, I'm playing an extension. We talked about extending the chords and all that stuff in the 251 progression video, okay? However, you guys also learned in that video, my favorite is this minor 7 flat 5 chord. Now, even though, what I love about this, this 7 flat 9 chord. So, the cool thing about this chord, that 7 flat 9 chord, it can take you to either a major chord or it can take you to a minor chord. Me personally, I think it sounds even better when you are playing it going to a minor chord. And the reason why is because the basis of this chord, or the biggest part of this chord, is a diminished chord. And diminished chords have a great pull to minor chords. If I was just to play a minor chord to take me to a diminished chord, to take me to this minor chord, it sounds really good. So I love the relationship of diminished chords to minor chords. So what I've done, instead of playing this as a true diminished chord, change the bass to that E, which is really the 3-7-3, and now here I have it. So that's another way of looking at it too. No matter what minor chord you're going to, we know we can always approach a minor chord a half step lower with a diminished chord. So anywhere you're going, if I was going to F minor, right? Half step lower than the F is an E. So I can approach this F minor with an E diminished chord, okay? I have another video talking about the approaches to our chords. There are different ways to approach them. That's going to be a really good one. So that'll be right up here when that video is completed as well. But there, we can approach any minor chord with a diminished chord that's a half step lower. So what I can do is I can turn any one of these movements, instead of playing a diminished chord, I can play a 7 flat 9 chord instead, and it'll sound just as good, if not even better. Okay? We'll talk about that a little more in a minute. The great thing about the 736 progression is that I can use it anywhere and anytime I'm going to a minor chord. So in this example, I use an A minor chord. So I can use it in any key that will take me to an A minor chord. So example, let's go to the key of F. In the key of F, the A minor is the 3. So 1, 2, 3, okay? So let's say I took a song like, and now let the weak say I am strong. Let the poor, y'all know that one song? Say I am rich. Right here I can do 7, 3, 6. Now it's the same movement. I'm not playing 7, 3, 6 in the key of F. I did a 7, 3, 6 movement to get me to the A. So it's really thinking about that progression by itself as opposed to being locked in a specific key. I don't have to be in the key of C to be able to play that movement. I can play it anytime I'm going to an A minor chord when that's my target. So I said, and now let the weak say I am strong. Let the poor say I am rich. Right? The Lord has done for us. And now ooh, I did a 7, 3, 6 movement to give me to that G minor. Of course, that's a 7, 3, 6. Give me to the D minor. All right. Oh, this is so sweet. All right. That was a little sloppy move. That was really sloppy. So I know I'm going to this E flat, so I just did a walk up to get me to that E flat major chord. But that's a different video, different topic for different day. So the 736 progression can be used anytime and anywhere you're going to a minor chord. This is why the 736 is one of my favorite progressions, because it creates so many different beautiful options of what you can do to get to those minor chords. All right, that's what we want to do. We want to be able to build our vocabulary with different passing chord options. Speaking of passing chords, I actually got another video talking about passing chords right here for you. Go ahead and check it out, family, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.